Who is in charge of Russia? The most ancient families whose secrets have been hidden for centuries. Some Russian families have been wealthy and powerful for centuries, long before the Soviet Union or contemporary politics. Even the highest leaders respect these old money dynasties, which continue to have sway today. Are you curious about them? Alright, let's go. Number 10. Yusupov family. Did you know that a Russian family was once wealthier than the Tsars? Introducing the Yusupovs, a Nogai Mongol princely dynasty that amassed a substantial fortune through opulent estates, royal connections, and fervent art patronage. Their crown jewel is the Yusupov Palace on the Moika River in St. Petersburg. This magnificent palace is a work of luxury art with a sumptuous private theater, a magnificent Moorish-style hall, and invaluable jewels and fine art collections. However, it is most notorious as the strange location of the 1916 murder of Grigory Rasputin, the Romanovs' mystical advisor. The Yusupovs had enormous social and political clout in addition to their wealth. Their moniker, which stands for old money wealth that even modern rulers like Putin find difficult to contest, continues to echo the privilege and power of Russia's aristocratic past. Picture yourself in the exact space where history was altered forever. Would you venture to see the final resting place of Rasputin? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. Number 9. Stroganov family. The family that built an empire out of salt and fur. Have you heard of them? The Stroganovs were once modest traders in the 15th century, but by funding the conquest of Siberia, they rose to become some of Russia's wealthiest in the ruling class. Their riches, huge. Their strength, acknowledged by Tsars. Their heritage, standing. Together with the renowned Stroganov school of icon painting, which influenced Russian art history, the Stroganov Palace in St. Petersburg. Petersburg serves as a magnificent reminder of their accomplishments. The Stroganovs' journey from traders to wealthy people is a fundamental example of old money royalty. Did you know that they even inspired the name of the well-known beef dish, beef stroganoff? Number 8. Demidov family. The remarkable ascent of the Demidov family from poor blacksmiths to industrial tycoons is well documented. They started in the city of Tula and developed their ironworks into one of the biggest industrial empires in Russia. During their height, the Demidovs provided almost 40% of Russia's pig iron, which powered the empire's infrastructure, railroads, and armaments. However, their goals extended beyond furnaces and factories. In addition to Russia, the Demidovs constructed magnificent palaces in Italy, where they hosted European aristocracy and showcased their impressive art collections. Their wealth was forged through sweat and fire rather than inherited through noble birthright. The Demidov name continues to stand for the amazing potential of luxury and entrepreneurship. They demonstrate that it was possible to ascend from humble origins to the highest echelons of riches and power in ancient Russia. Is it possible for a family of blacksmiths to rise to the position of aristocracy? Tell us what you think about the strength of legacy and hard work. Number 7. Sheremetev family. The Sheremetevs were royal legends in addition to being wealthy. They were among the richest landowners in Russia, controlling thousands of serfs and enormous estates. However, the Sheremetevs decided to leave a lasting cultural legacy rather than concentrating solely on power. Not only were there renowned estates, Kuskovo and Ostankino, opulent residences, but they were also palaces built to European nobility. Their properties developed into Imperial Russia's cultural centers, complete with private theaters, opulent ballrooms, and invaluable art collections. It still feels like entering the private realm of Russia's elite to stroll through Kuskovo or Ostankino. The Sheremetev family embodied old money elegance in its purest form, combining art, land, and power to create classic luxury. Number 6. Vorontsov family. This family, known as the Vorontsov-Dashkovs, dominated Imperial Russia in both politics and the military. They held important positions in the government and army and were instrumental in determining the policies and growth of the empire. The magnificent Vorontsov Palace in Crimea, an architectural wonder that combines Moorish and Gothic revival styles, is a perfect representation of their wealth and status. In addition to being a lavish home, this magnificent estate represented their status and connection with the highest levels of authority. The Vorontsovs had a long history in the imperial court, which gave them access to decision-making circles and royal favor. They were more than just wealthy aristocrats. Their name was synonymous with wealth and power because they were important members of the old Russian military and political devices. Number 5. Golitsyn family. With a history spanning more than 700 years, the Golitsyn family is one of Russia's most prominent princely dynasties. Beyond owning vast estates, they had a close relationship with the Russian Orthodox Church and frequently served as clients and guardians of places of worship. Numerous family members occupied important military and governmental posts, influencing Russian policy for many generations. Their magnificent estates, which were brimming with historic artifacts and priceless artwork, served as centers of political, religious, and cultural life. Even though many Golitsyns were forced into exile by events like the Russian Revolution, their name is still respected as a representation of the enduring nobility, tradition, and dedication of Russia. Some families can endure centuries of upheaval while maintaining their identity and cultural heritage, as demonstrated by the Golitsyns. Is it conceivable that a family's legacy could endure centuries of conflict and revolution? Number 4. Orlov family. The most well-known contribution of the Orlov family to Russian history was their assistance in Catherine the Great's ascent to power in the 18th century. Their steadfast devotion and political acumen brought them great benefits, including illustrious titles, expansive estates, and substantial wealth. In addition to their political clout, the Orlovs are renowned for the Orlov diamond, one of the biggest and most magnificent diamonds in the world, which has come to represent their enormous wealth. Russia's elite attended elegant events held at their luxury estates, which functioned as hubs of culture and power. The Orlov family also occupied significant diplomatic and military posts, which allowed them to have a say in important imperial decisions. Their combination of military might, political clout, and amazing wealth set their place as one of Russia's most powerful old money dynasties, a legacy that continues to today. Number 3. Baratinskys family. The Baratinskys family became one of Russia's most esteemed noble houses by skillfully fusing social status with military distinction. Known for turning out talented generals and officers, they were instrumental in important military operations that protected and grew the Russian Empire. Their huge land holdings, particularly in modern-day Ukraine, served as the foundation for their economy, maintaining their lifestyle and power. These estates served as hubs of local authority and government in addition to being representations of wealth. Furthermore, through calculated marriages and diplomacy, the Baratinskys developed strong relationships with European nobility, expanding their influence well beyond Russia's boundaries. Their reputation as one of the most powerful old money families in Russian history was solidified by their distinctive combination of land ownership, military might, and international noble connections. Number 2. Shuvalov family. In addition to being prosperous royalty, the Shuvalov family was a vocal advocate of the arts and education. They made significant financial contributions to the establishment of universities, the funding of scientific studies, and the support of artistic organizations that influenced the intellectual and cultural climate of Russia. The Shuvalov Palace in St. Petersburg, a magnificent example of Baroque architecture that continues to stand as a testament to their dedication to culture and education, is the most obvious example of their legacy. The Shuvalovs were a major force in fostering Russian art, science, and education through their generosity and taste, which made their name synonymous with enlightened nobility and cultural progress. Number 1. Menchikov family. A true rags-to-riches tale, the Menchikov family's story is among the most dramatic in Russian history. Despite having very humble beginnings, Alexander Menchikov soon rose to become Peter the Great's closest confidant and most trusted advisor. His loyalty and astute political sense aided in Russia's development into a contemporary empire. Menchikov became extremely wealthy, gaining more land, titles, and power than most nobles could have ever dreamed. He shaped Russia's future at a pivotal moment by playing important roles in state affairs and military campaigns. Even though the family's wealth declined following Peter's passing and Menchikov's subsequent exile, the magnificent Menchikov Palace in St. Petersburg honors their legacy. Once the heart of Menchikov's power, this rich Baroque home remains stunning evidence of ambition, authority, and the remarkable potential of moving up the social scale. The Menchikov family story demonstrates how loyalty and resilience could propel a person from poverty to the highest echelons of power and fortune in ancient Russia, leaving their name permanently etched in the nation's ruling class mythology. These ancient families are the source of Russia's greatest power and darkest secrets, remaining for centuries. Their legacy is untouchable, timeless, and a silent force that shapes history in the background. Be sure to subscribe and keep checking back for more hidden stories.